great white, dude.
Is it?
That is. No, that's a thresher.
There's another one under it.
Oh.
It's not a great white.
No, that's not. What is that?
That's a.
Is that like a little?
It's got a white tip.
See the one under?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that? Yeah, what is that?
Do you think that's like yeah, like the little like kelp eaters? Dude. Are you getting a good video? That thing is like...
You arrive without ceremony, slipping tail first from your mother's body somewhere between Hawaii and the Mariana Trench. The Pacific around you is velvet black. A kilometer of water sat on your back, and you've never felt gravity before. Your skin is the color of wet charcoal, your fins as floppy as bedsheets. There's no burst of speed, no instinct to swim, only slow, involuntary flutters. Your 3 siblings tilt beside you, equally bewildered, and then mom is already fading into the dark because a 5-meter female can't afford to linger where predators patrol the mid-water column. The 4 of you simply drift. Yet even in this first minute, your design reveals itself. Your red muscle mass is barely thicker than paper. Your vertebrae are soft cartilage. Your gills open inward like trapdoors. Nature hasn't built you to fight or flee. She's built you to sink, because that's where plankton will fall like snow, and sinking costs almost no energy at all. But falling through 1,000 meters of water isn't a gentle descent. It's a test of whether a newborn can survive its own weight. Pressure climbs, light dissolves, and the ocean grows syrup thick. When the seafloor finally looms, you're half asleep. Sand billows as you belly flop, half burying your jaw. Nothing stirs nearby. Even scavengers ignore a creature that doesn't smell like carrion. For 72 hours, you lie motionless, metabolizing the last of your yolk sac. Your skeleton stiffens just enough to flex your tail, and you rise again, not by power but by patience, beating your fins a few slow strokes every minute. You don't hunt, you wait for food to come to you. Waiting only works if dinner keeps its appointment. Yet in the open sea, dinner has its own schedule. When dusk blots out the sun, trillions of phytoplankton and copepods start drifting upward, chasing surface nutrients. You let the current lift you with them, from 1,400 meters to barely 20. Up here, the water tastes faintly warm, flecked with green sparks from bioluminescent prey. You hinge your mouth open, 3 feet across at adulthood, but already comically wide, and glide. Water funnels through the loose mesh of gill rakers. Every gulp is a liquid conveyor belt of calories. The glow dancing around your lips spawns the first rumor you'll ever inspire. Sailors swear the band on your jaw makes light. Decades later, tissue tests will prove it only reflects light, turning your face into a living billboard for passing plankton. The feast is effortless, until the menu fights back. A tendril brushes your palate, then dozens more. Invisible stingers fire microscopic harpoons into your gums. You spasm, but your body reacts like a wet parachute. The jellyfish drifts clear long before you can close your jaw. Agony lingers for hours, forcing you back to the depths unfed. The experience tattoos a caution into your primitive brain. Big, gelatinous shadows mean trouble. Yet hunger overrides fear. The next night you ride the elevator again. Mouth still wide but eyes sharper, nudging aside anything that swims instead of drifts. Slowly you learn the pulse of the bloom, rising only when plankton density peaks, retreating before daybreak. Mastery over plankton won't help when something higher on the food chain wants a bite of you. Months pass, you stretch past 2 meters. Scar tissue from harmless bumps freckles your flanks, until a crescent-shaped predator the size of a loaf of bread slashes you open. Cookie-cutter sharks hunt by stealth. A flash of bioluminescence, one vacuum-powered bite, and they're gone, leaving a crater of meat behind. Blood clouds the water, and with every slow beat of your tail, you feel energy leaking from the wound. For 2 nights you stay deep, too weak to climb. The lesson sticks. Anything that moves toward you is worth escaping, no matter how small. Scientists examining megamouth carcasses note identical scars, evidence that cookie cutters treat you like a mobile buffet. But some giants don't need teeth at all. They weaponize water itself. 3 years in, you are near 3 meters. One moonless night, a mouth big enough to swallow a sedan parts the bloom ahead. It's a 15-meter whale shark hoovering plankton at 5 kilometers per hour, more than twice your top speed. You try to veer off, but the suction grips like an invisible fist, spinning you toward its cavernous throat. A desperate downward lunge breaks the pull just in time. Its belly glides overhead like a freight train, leaving you corkscrewing into the abyss. Trauma imprints itself as instinct. From now on, you feed along the bloom's edges, never the center, always watching for shadows that blot out the stars. Edges are also where opportunities appear, like the first female you ever meet. At 4 meters, you finally outrank the bloom's noise, and smaller filter feeders yield to you. One dusk, a silhouette your size drifts into view, languid tail beats, same gape-mouthed posture. You surge forward, trying to draft her wake the way whales draft ocean currents. She accelerates effortlessly, rolling her broad fins with a grace you can't match. Within minutes, she's a ghost in the plankton fog, and the emptiness feels heavier than hunger. No one has observed Megamouth mating, but scars on males suggest rough courtship. Tonight you earn your first, a torn fin edge from pushing harder than your body allows. The ocean's hierarchy gets clearer when true titans arrive from the dark below. Dawn finds you 1,200 meters down, drifting half asleep, until low-frequency booms rattle your lateral line. 3 sperm whales form a staggered wall. One sweeps low, one mid-depth, one high, boxing you in. You spin like a barn door in slow wind, but their first pass is only a probe. A tail flick wider than your own body scores a bloody furrow down your flank. Pain flares, you juke downward, the only direction not blocked. Luck favors cowards. The whales have bigger meals to chase and let you vanish into the ink. You'll carry the scar forever, a reminder that silence doesn't equal safety. And then comes the moment when silence above betrays you, not a predator, but a cable. You are 6 years old, 4.5 meters long, and hungry when a nylon line as thin as kelp brushes your lip 25 meters below a US Navy research vessel. You don't thrash, you simply drift, bewildered, as the sea anchor rises, hauling you, water pouring from your gill slits, into air your lungs were never meant to taste. Crewmen stare at the rubbery gape spanning your head. No one has ever cataloged a shark like you. They dub you Megamouth on the spot. Marine biologists helicopter in. Dissection reveals filter-feeding anatomy and deep-water shrimp in your gut, placing you beside basking and whale sharks, yet utterly unique. Your death births an entire genus, Megachasma pelagios, the giant yawner of the open sea. Naming a creature isn't the same as knowing it, and half a century later, you remain the ocean's best-kept secret. Since that first capture, fewer than 300 megamouths have been recorded alive or dead. Most surface only as carcasses tangled in nets off the Philippines or Japan. The first pregnant female ever documented washed ashore in 2023, finally proving that pups develop inside the mother rather than in egg cases. Pop-up tags deployed in 2024 show a nightly elevator ride that mirrors the path of their plankton prey, hinting they may even time migrations with phases of the moon. The so-called glowing mouth turned out to be optical trickery, yet fishermen still swap stories of jaws that light the sea like a lantern. Conservationists worry that such legends, combined with deep-sea mining noise, may push an already fragile lineage toward oblivion before we grasp its role in carbon cycling. And somewhere beneath the thermocline, a living megamouth the size of a box truck could be cruising right now, lips aglow with borrowed starlight, silently rewriting everything we think we know about the deep. The next time a cable brushes something weightless in the dark, will it haul up another scientific revolution? Or will the ocean swallow its secrets a little longer?